Welcome back to the TCAT 10-minute take. It is I, your host, Sherelle Stewart. With me, as always, is my co-host, Don Legend Chambers. This is our 10-minute shorty version of our TCAT regular podcast. But we talk about one movie and one movie only. And today's movie is Bloodshot. But before we get started, make sure you click that subscribe button and click that bell so you get all the notifications for the TCAT 10-minute takes as soon as they drop. We're going to be cranking these out now that everybody's home and watching stuff on streaming and renting and Redbox and Netflix and all of the jazz. So, let's get to it. I will set the timer. We're keeping these tight, folks. Keeping them tight. Because we have been known to go over.
just a touch. Just a touch.
But we're going to do Bloodshot, and Don will go first. And go.
Okay. All right. Bloodshot, based off of a Valiant comic book by the name Bloodshot, about a soldier in the movie, Ray Garrison. I don't know if that's the same name in the comic book, who dies and is resurrected as this soldier with nanites in his blood that makes him damn near invulnerable. I don't know much about the Valiant comic book, never read it, so I don't know, what's canon amongst that and what isn't. To me, it seemed like a lot in this movie did not follow anything in the comic book. Like, for say, the person's skin color, he looks gray in the comic, and I think there's only one scene where they sort of touch on the gray with the red dot
when
on
he
his chest.
Full powers.
Right. So I guess
up.
that was their homage to the comic book. But I will leave it to the actual comic book gurus out there to dissect what they got wrong or what liberties they took. I will just say this Bloodshot movie, my one question is, does Vin Diesel have something in his contract where he has to wear tank tops? Like, is that in every movie Vin Diesel is in? He's like, I gotta have a tank top on. At some point, I have to have a tank top. Besides that, I was very bored, because you see this movie and you'll see the beats coming 3 or 4 steps away. You could tell the twist as to who the bad guys really are. You sort of see that almost 10 minutes in. You're like, oh, okay. And then from there, it's just a matter of going through the motions, the steps as to, when the good guy eventually, comes around and he gets his allies and they make a plan and then go after him. And, oh, is he going to die at the end? No, he survives. And, hurrah, hurrah, everybody's great. Just bored, just so bored. I it might as well have been like a Fast 10, sort of offshoot of Diesel and his grovelly voice and tank tops and his female
Gravelly voice and tank tops.
I mean, it's just I'm just watching it and I was just like, and the CGI, some of it's okay. I mean, you could tell where it's at. It's kind of obvious for some of the action sequences, which were all right. I mean, again, it was like, oh, okay. It's like, I mean, the comic relief wasn't all that funny, I'm just bored.
Okay, so where would you put it?
I mean, okay, if I was to give it 1 out of 10, I might give it a 5, just in terms of the fact that it's a movie. I'll give it some credit that it's a movie and it can kill some time.
And on our scale,
this is red boxed, or if you can pirate it, just do that. I maybe not even waste the red box. Because it's just like, there's nothing interesting to it. I mean, it's just Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel in another movie, and so it's like, honestly, don't, if you don't have to spend any money on this, don't. Not worth it. Trust me. It,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know why. I don't know why. Because all the things are here. Like all of the parts to build this house are in place. Yet somehow
How so?
the roof is on the floor and the floor is on the roof and the walls are laying down. Like they have all of the pieces. Like it's an interesting comic. Like
Yes.
we have the technology.
Yes.
Like technology is there like for filming this.
Yes.
You know, Vin Diesel's he was great as the Iron Giant. He was great as Groot. Pitch Black is a hell of a movie. Like
Yes.
he's there when he's there. You know, Guy Pearce is
It's Guy Pearce. He's great.
reliably, reliable. Like I just don't know what happened. And maybe that's directing, maybe it's the production company involvement, maybe there were too many cooks in the kitchen and like 15 writers on the script and producers and like everybody
Yes.
had their hands and their fingerprints on the train wreck. Like I really just don't know why these elements didn't come together to make this house that could stand properly. It was competent, like the shot, like it was shot really nice, the cinematography was really nice, but it was boring AF, and I found myself falling asleep, and I'm like, this is an action movie, this is a comic book action movie, I shouldn't be falling asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, I just don't know.
Because you know what it seems to be, and I think you hit it off the nail. There's probably too many executive cooks in the kitchen for this, and to
Yeah.
me, they didn't commit because the
Yeah.
very fact that they decided it was only going to be that one shot where they turned his skin gray to really make him look like the Valiant comic book
Right.
person. I said, why didn't you commit and says, screw it. We know it's Vin Diesel, but we're going to gray his ass out.
Right.
We're really going to transform him into this character.
They made it an origin story for a series of movies that may or may not, and at this point, probably
Oh,
not
no, they're
going to
not
happen.
happening. No.
Instead of just, they could have cut this movie in half and made that origin story like like the twist wasn't twisty enough for a whole entire movie. Like they could have cut that sucker in half and then gone on to like another adventure with him fully bloodshot committed to it. Like how, the first Spider-Man movie that we got with Tom Holland didn't have to rehash Spider-Man's whole thing.
Right.
Like we know enough comic book shorthand at this point to not necessarily need a full 2-hour movie of an origin story of a character, even if it's a character we don't know. Like we can kind of just jump right in and be like, just jump in from the end of this movie going forward and then give us what happened in flashbacks. Like we're at that point now in comic books where we could get on board with that.
And if you were going to do his, and again, seeing as how he in the comic goes through such a physical transformation, then do the origin story and go full bore. Don't decide, no, we have to keep Vin Diesel looking pretty like Vin Diesel, or else people won't recognize it's Vin Diesel.
I mean, come on.
It
doesn't matter. He was the Iron Giant. Like we are used to Vin Diesel being Groot.
And keep him in his tank top.
We don't need tank top Vin Diesel. We don't need our fast.
I would have taken.
Like,
I would have taken that origin if they said we're committing to he's going to transform into that character.
And I wouldn't have been mad at this if this was a cartoon. If it was like an animated, because DC, this is Valiant though, but like DC's animated movies are badass. Like, and I feel really bad too because Mark knows the writer of the book, Kevin Van Hook, and we watched this movie, and then we got to the end and they gave the credits. And it was like based on a Valiant comic. Like they didn't even credit the writers of the book. Like it was bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, like the comic book's better than this movie and better than this movie deserved. Like I just feel bad because the source material was there. Like they just didn't. And I hate to see that happen. It's like when you have, something decent. Like it's like what's that one? The Golden Compass. Like it just for
Yeah.
whatever reason it just wasn't there. But anyway, I have 46 seconds left. I would
So how
say
would you rate it?
uh
That says it all. That says it all.
I don't want to say pass because we all got plenty of time. But maybe if you have burned through your Marvel marathon and you're just like looking for something to watch while you're learning how to decoupage or something, like, is that a new one? Like, I'm learning how to craft. I'm learning how to knit.
Listen, trust me, the crafting is more interesting than this movie by far.
It's just, I don't know, man. Just wasn't
Just wasn't there.
there. Just wasn't there, and
Just wasn't there.
Anyway, tell them where they can find us.
Yeah, you can find us obviously here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified every time we post another 10-minute take. But also, don't forget to go to tcadnetwork.com. That's where you'll find all of our 10-minute takes, as well as our podcast episodes. You'll also find Good Morning Antioch and the reading as well. Yeah. Whew, Bloodshot. Oh boy. Gonna have to work to I won't even have to work to forget this one. It's been forgotten. Trust me. Yeah.
I don't even. It's gone.
Yeah. Till the next time. See ya.